That's a good book right there. I'm reading that one. Excellent prose, and it's all set in the Jemez Mountains. It's about an hour north of Albuquerque, an area I know well. It's all set on specific days of 1945. I was thinking some July I'm going to read this book in sections on the days on which it takes place. Maybe I'll even go to the Jemez. Fun fact, the name origin of the Jemez is considered lost. I bet someone in the tribe up there knows it. They don't share every bit of information with the general public, I know that. And I think that's fine. Like when the historian Joe Sando wrote books that talked about a lot of those facts and stories. What happened? The tribe was not all pleased. Fun fact, this book takes place in the Jemez, but that's Monument Valley, Arizona on the cover. I'm about a third of the way through and have not got to Monument Valley yet. The cat's got a whole package of new toys from me today that I bought, and they haven't played with them once. Just letting them sit there? They prefer interactive play. Anytime I get out a wand, they're batting it around. Or just leave a hair tie out or something late at night. My daughters leave hair ties lying around. What's up, Chris? What do you think when this little rectangle is held up to your face? You're pretty smart. Our old cat Marceline, who was like a person in cat form, she had so much personality and love, it was amazing, and she died tragically, too young. She got hit by her car and her tail stopped working, and her life was never the same after that, even though she lived for a couple of years. Then her back half started to get paralyzed, and she just had all these incontinent episodes, and just, it was so sad, and it got so bad. But she loved to watch certain things on TV. She understood it was artificial. And I did a mirror test on Marcy, and she knew that was her in the mirror. It's a simple test involving making a mark on them that they clean off. Yeah. I know this is a weird theory, but I mean, if we bred animals like pets for art appreciation, over many generations, they would gain a consciousness closer to the higher sort of human consciousness. I'm convinced of it. And if we can achieve that with only one or two species, like cats or dogs, maybe they can communicate with all animals, and we could begin a communication between humans and the natural world. Anyway, this has been Mike's plan to save the world through cat breeding. Baby Squirrel looks like a show cat. But she's Prismo's kid. That's so crazy. And her dad is Dusty, this neighborhood tomcat who lived at the neighborhood trap house, but who we always fed on the porch. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. We always fed and loved and took care of the cats of the same house on our old block. We kept food on the porch for them and stuff, and made warm places for them in the winter. But Fendi was another one. I loved that cat. I still see him in my kid's old neighborhood sometimes, and he runs up and rubs his head against me. He's so excited to see me. We're pals. But those cats are from this house that brought all this trouble to my old neighborhood, and was the reason the guy that shot up our house was in our neighborhood. And where the little kid that kept slashing our tires and smashing our windows, doing this stupid gang's business. You called our gang stupid? Yeah, your gang's stupid. You sell freaking fentanyl. You're idiots. You're making the world worse. Have some freaking morals, I don't care if you're in a gang. Crime appeals to me on some level. But look what you're doing. If you sell fentanyl, you're essentially saying, I don't care what effect I have on the world. I just want what's mine. Wow. The zombie class that exists now. I do have sympathy for the homeless in my heart. That problem has always really bothered me, and I've always felt really helpless in the face of it, and have done lots of things over the years to try to, do my little part, helping out individuals on an individual basis here and there, and doing what I can. But when I lived in Boston, it was just insane. I just couldn't believe I'd never seen homelessness like that. Now it's everywhere. That's old hat. Boston was like a practice round for what I see in Albuquerque on a daily basis. And I know that Austin, Phoenix, Denver, all these other Western cities are very, very similar. And I walked the whole length of the East Coast, and I know they had their own problems. Even in 2001, I saw a lot of meth-destroyed communities back then. Of course, they called it crank. Yeah. Selling fentanyl or doing something like that is really it's like a trolley problem. If you could press a button and get tons and tons of money, but it would literally destroy communities and leave kids wandering around with filthy diapers, crying and screaming while their moms are strung out or their dads. Did you do it? Ugh. Another that I'm hating lately is pimps. I'm just seeing them on Central Avenue all the time. And the way that they are leading these women around, they're like owning them. There's literal like slavery happening beside the street when I'm driving by it. I'm like, I wish serial killers would kill pimps or kill like people that deserve it. I wish Dexter was real. And it was just a better show overall. It just misses on a bunch of levels, but there's so many good elements. Anyway, no, I like it overall. I'll watch the origin story.